What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I have another story time for you guys, and today I'm doing my first time flying on a plane, like my first time flying in a plane by myself. It was devastating. So let me tell you what happened. I flew in a plane like many times, but every time I flew, until up to last year, I was flying with my mom. So I wasn't like by myself flying. So last year in, I want to say April, I think that's when I had my spring break for senior year. So it was in April, I think, or maybe it was in, when was it, March? I don't remember. I gotta look at the date. I don't remember. But it was spring break, and I was like, my mom and I were talking, it was my senior year, I was doing good in school, this and that. And I was like, all right, well, can I go see Casey? Casey is my best friend in New York. So she was like, yeah, sure, you can go see her. So I'm flying from our airport in Florida, like my airport near me, FLL. It's easy, because I already know where to go, what to do, how to get there. I know all that stuff. Because I was flying by myself, she went through with me to all the way to the gate, and then I boarded. But I was, we went and checked in. I didn't check in any luggage. Usually when I fly, I don't check in luggage. If I'm flying by myself, I don't check in luggage. I carry it on, use it as a carry-on. And so we went and did that. We went through security. I was TSA pre-check. For those people who don't know what TSA pre-check is like you go through to security, but you don't have to take off your belt, you don't have to take off your shoes, you don't have to take off anything, really. You just put your bag through the scanner and you walk through. So I was TSA pre-check, I just walked through. My mom went with me. We went, found my gate, and we waited until it was boarding time. She would stay with me. She was crying. She's a water word. She was crying because she was like, my baby's growing up, she's flying by herself, and all that stuff like that. So I went, and I went, boarded, let her know I boarded, my best friend's mom I boarded, and everything like that. I always pray every time I get on a plane, because I pray for protection so that I know that I'm going to land where I'm going. So then the plane took off and stuff like that. Usually I have some videos of it. Actually, my outro, that is a video from me flying by myself. So, yeah. So, I flew. I got to New York, followed the signs and got to the outside. And, called my mom, called my best friend's mom, let her know I was there. Took her a little while to get to me because JFK is like a really confusing, and it's a really big airport. So, she finally got to me. We went, did what we had to do. I had a great spring break. Had to leave on the Saturday, I think it was. And my flight got delayed like 3-4 times. It's like, I think I was supposed to leave at like 1 or 2 o'clock, and then it got delayed to like 3 o'clock. It got delayed to like 4 o'clock until about like 6-7 o'clock. So it was like delayed quite a lot. So last time I looked at it, it was for like 4 something. So by the time we got to the airport, it was like, I think it was like for like 4:30ish. By the time I got to the airport, it was like 4 o'clock. So I got to JFK, and I'm like, going up to like someone who was outside, and I was like, they had a check-in thing. I'm like, can you check me in? Tried to give them my information. They're like, no, you have to go inside to the kiosk and do that. And I was like confused, because at FLL, we don't have a kiosk that we have to work at. You go through the line to the person, and they give it to you. So I'm standing in like the line thing, and I asked everyone who was in front of me, I had like a 4:30 flight, at least that's what I thought. And I needed to go because I have to go through security and everything, and I don't want to miss this flight. They let me go ahead of them, so I get to the lady, and she's like, do you have your boarding pass? And I'm like, I thought you were going to give me my boarding pass. I'm confused. I'm not from here. She's like, no, you have to go to the kiosk and get your boarding pass. So I'm frustrated right now. I go to the kiosk. I figure out, oh, you go to the kiosk and you type in your information and you get the boarding pass. All right, fine. Mass security, you know, I was on the phone with my best friend's mom the whole time. Mass security and, you know, waiting to go through. I don't think that time I was TSA pre-check, so I had to take off everything. And, you know, I went through. I'm crying kind of at this point. I'm asking all the people who work at the airport, you know, the security people and all that stuff, can they check my ticket to see if this is the right, if this is the right time. And then I was on the phone with my mom, and she was like asking me about what gate I was going to, and she's like, no, that's not the right gate. And I'm like even more frustrated because I'm thinking I'm gonna be late for this flight. I don't understand how this airport works, and now you're telling me it's not the right gate, and there's no way for me to find it. So I'm asking all the people who work at the airport, you know, can you guys tell me if that's the right gate? You know, I need to catch this flight, this and that, this and that. And all they told me was to go downstairs when you get through security and look on this big board. And I'm like, now how does that help me? So I finally get to security. I put back on my shoes and stuff. And, you know, I take my bag and I head downstairs. When I get downstairs, my mom calls me and she's like, you know, what gate did you say you were going to again? And I tell her, and she's like, oh, yeah, that's the right gate. So I'm like, all right. At this point, I'm crying. I'm hyperventilating. I'm everything because I really think I'm about to miss this flight. So, you know, it was a long way from, like, the security, from, like, the place, from the security to my gate. My gate, it's like, security was here, and my gate was like all the way around the other side. So I was like, yo. So by the time I get to my gate, my feet are hurting. I was crying, hyperventilating. You know, family members are calling me, you know, like, hey, are you okay? You know, what are you crying for? This and that, this and that, this and that, asking me if I'm alright and stuff. So I finally tell them I'm fine or whatever. I got to the gate, called my mom, called my best friend's mom, and I looked and I see that my flight was delayed even more. So I was like, wow. I cried and all that stuff for no reason. Isn't it lovely? So, you know, I get on the plane, I land, you know, go through FLL and go home. I was so tired. That day, I was so tired. And since then, it's like I've flown by myself 2 other times. I actually flew last summer back to New York and back to JFK. From JFK, I actually knew what I was doing when I went to JFK, so I wasn't confused. And I flew to Orlando, so... Sorry, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. So, you know, I get the hang of flying now, especially to New York. But that day... You guys know the joke, like, if you cry a lot, you're going to sleep good. I slept good that night. Because I was dead, crying. I was, like, hyperventilating. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything because I was really, like, I'm about to miss this flight. And that's a problem. I have school to go to. I have all this stuff. It's going to cost more money to pay for another flight. It was just crazy. So, yeah. Well, that was my first time flying. You know, I didn't get any warning about JFK. Only thing I was told was that it was a big airport. I didn't get any warning of how I'm supposed to get the ticket. I was completely confused. But everything worked out in the end, I thank God, you know? It was a crazy, crazy day. But it was good. It was a pretty cool experience. Well, no, it wasn't cool at all. Was not cool at all. But it was a good experience. Yeah. But that's it. That was the story. It was ridiculous. I've flown to, like, when I flew to Orlando, I was confused because, like, it wasn't like flying from Orlando that was confusing, because I think when I flew from Orlando, I had to do the whole kiosk thing, so I was like used to that. But what was confusing is when I got off the plane, and you see the arrows that say like baggage claim or to go to certain place and stuff like that, and you're like, there were like kind of like trains that you had to catch to get to the other side of the airport that had the baggage claim, that had the ground transportation. So it's like you get off on this side, but you gotta take a train that takes you to the other side for like to get your bags, catch a cab for your people to pick you up, for like all that. So I was like kind of confused, I follow all the arrows, and now I'm at like a train area, and I'm like, where am I going? So I had to catch one of the trains, and then I called my best friend, and I'm walking towards a certain area, and she's like, no, we're not there, we're in the other way. So I had to go turn around and walk the other way, and then I had to go down the escalators and stuff like that to get to her. I finally did. So it was just cool. It was good experience. All these flying experiences, they were fun. You get to watch movies on the plane. You get like little snacks. They were fun. And I at least now know how certain airports work. I won't be confused. It was torture. But that's it for today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm hoping to get a guitar video up for you guys. And I think a challenge. We'll see. But I'll catch you guys later. Adios, amigos. Wait.